Hey guys, welcome back to Season 1, Episode 12 of Atomic Underground. This episode is going to kind of explain what our plan is for the Launch Control Center. When we purchased the property, I wanted to make it both a family space and possible business for us. So I'm going to go through what our plan is for each one of the levels. I'm using some of the original blueprints for the silo. What I did is use paint to remove any original equipment that is either no longer there or that we will be taking out. So this is the original blueprint for level 3 of the Launch Control Center. We are going to leave the original staircase. You can see the escape shaft in the lower left-hand corner. And that circle that's kind of in the middle on the right, that's the septic system, which we're going to be leaving intact and putting new electric motors on and using it again in the future. Now we're moving up to level 2 of the Launch Control Center. Again, we'll be leaving the original stairs. This is where on the lower left-hand side you can see the air intake coming in. In the upper right is the short cableway leading in from the blast lock area. There's a little square section on the floor there. It's a equipment hatch that leads down to level 3. We are going to be leaving that in place. Level 2 is also where all 8, or in our case 7, of the springs are that hold the whole bird cage up. This is level 1 of the Launch Control Center. This is currently where the bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen are. We're going to be removing everything from that floor with the exception of the staircase and replacing it with a master bedroom and bath. So this is a basic overview of what we're planning on doing with the Launch Control Center. Level 3 is in the bottom of the drawing. We're going to do similar to what Death Wears Bunny Slippers did. We're going to be raising the kitchen area up. It's represented by the green line in the picture, but it'll be about 4 feet higher than the rest of the room, be a full kitchen. The septic system will be underneath the floor of the kitchen. What we are going to be adding though is in the top of that level there it's the red line with the blue section. That's actually going to be a bathroom, and that will open up onto the lower level, so it will be lower than the kitchen. In the top left of the blueprint is level 2 of the Launch Control Center. We want to divide the staircase off from the rest of the room so that I can provide access control to levels 1 and level 3. I'll be putting in a new NASA-style launch control desk, and we're going to use that in both tours and for a potential escape room idea we've got. I'll also be mounting TVs on the walls that have the ability to show cameras of the outside of the facility. So we will keep it as much of a launch control room as we can. In the left-hand section, kind of towards the bottom where the air intake comes in on level 2, that's going to be my personal office, and it's going to have something like a sliding barn door that can divide it from the rest of the room when want to keep that stuff private. And that brings us to the top right-hand portion of the blueprint, and that is level 1. That's going to become just a large master bedroom and master bathroom. So I use SketchUp for drawing a lot of our plans for the facility. It's not the greatest ever, but you can see kind of the way the kitchen, which is the light wood color there, will be higher than the rest of the room. And then the bathroom is the kind of white box over on the left side. We'll do a lot of furniture and nice stainless steel appliances down the road. Level 2 will be the coolest room of the facility. I couldn't find a good model of the way I actually want to do the desk, so that's kind of a filler. But you can see where the cableway comes in. You can see the air intake valve in the kind of top right-hand corner inside the office. build a desk over it or something. And both those will have the ability, the office and the stairway will have the ability to be closed off so people can't go up or down when we don't want them to. And finally, for the launch control center, this takes us up to level 1. This is the domed room at the top. As I said before, currently this has a master bedroom, kitchen, and master bathroom. So we are removing the kitchen from this area, making the bedroom, instead of being a really awkward room, it's going to be half of the dome or more. And then the bathroom will just enclose a shower and a toilet. Be a lot more open than it is now, and more inviting. So moving into the access portal, blast lock, and cableways. In the access portal, that's going to be just equipment areas, and it will also have, we're going to put either a RFID kind of access control on door 6 or a keypad that people can use to come in and out. In the first room of the blast lock, this will kind of be the welcoming area. On the right hand side, we're going to put some small arms lockers. I've got some cool stuff for that. Mostly just for show, not for actual security, although could be used for that. On the left hand side, we're going to put in a granite countertop and some cabinets. This will be where I'm going to keep some extra t-shirts for Atomic Underground and also have a welcoming video on the TVs. I don't have a full plan for the blast lock junction room, which it currently is just a bunch of electrical equipment. All that's going to be removed. We've thought about adding another bathroom in there. That's something that one of the other sites has. But for right now, that room's going to remain empty. The decontamination room, I've got an idea for that. We'd like to do youth group events. And my goal is to put Navy-style bunk beds in there. See if we can get 7 bunk beds, which would equal 21 beds. If we can do that, it'd be a cool place for people to sleep on overnights. This is a picture I pulled off the internet of what it could look like. This is on board the USS Midway aircraft carrier. I've always kind of enjoyed military history and naval history. So just one more thing I can add in here and make the space more useful for groups like Boy Scouts or anything else. We don't have a full idea for what we're going to do with the long cableway yet. I wrote on here that it's either going to be storage racks or more bunks. Bunks are kind of problematic going down a cableway like that. The facility physically can't catch on fire. It's concrete and steel. But if somebody managed to light a mattress or sleeping bag on fire at the entrance to the tunnel, people at the end would really have no chance. There's no requirement for us to have a fire suppression system in the building, but it's just not somewhere I'd really want to put bunk beds just due to the risk. If they're all in the same room, in the decontamination room, everybody'd be able to get out in just a few seconds. But there would be kind of scary potential if we did that in the long cableway. Other people have suggested a firing range. It's a 50-yard range or a 50-yard tunnel. Bowling alley, for me, probably just storage area for survival supplies, stuff like that. And the tunnel looks pretty cool. At the very end, we're going to add, after fixing the current dam, it's just a small leak we need to weld up, which will involve draining the silo, which is about a 2-week process. We're going to add a little half dam that allows us to, if there was ever a leak again, it would contain it and go straight into a pump before it ever went down the cableway. So ultimately, the facility for me is going to be multi-use. We're going to be able to have the family come up for the weekend and stay comfortably there. I had an idea about putting a bunk room underneath level 3, kind of underneath the kitchen. I'm still not sure if we'll actually have the room for that. But either way, we'll have plenty of beds for whole family and friends to come out. we're going to be able to do youth groups, escape room, and maybe stuff that I haven't even thought of yet. But I really envision it being both personal space and potential business, while also maintaining the ability to keep it as a survival place. I mean, that's not really my thing. I'm not prepping for the end of the world, but if you own a nuclear missile silo, there's really no reason not to. And finally, obviously, I have one of the most asked questions we ever get is, are we going to open the silo? I would love to open the silo. It is completely full of debris and water. I will do a very in-depth episode on why it would cost so much to do it. But judging off how much things have already cost on this project, we anticipate it would cost about $200,000 just to open the silo up without even doing anything with it or emptying all the debris out of the middle. It's just not financially feasible for us. I do have an idea possibly about when we go to fix the dam, I might dig into the dirt on level 2 of the silo, which is where the long cableway comes in, just to show people what it looks like. It's a giant mound of debris. It looks a lot like the inside of the escape shaft when we opened it. There's nothing you can really see. And it's just not a project that we see being in our budget anytime soon. But like most of you, we would love to go in there. If we can find an investor that has $20 million like the Survival Condo Project, which is up in Kansas, we'd love to do that. So that's it for the episode. If anybody wants to ask questions, we're getting quite a few people on Patreon, so I'm able to answer a lot more questions on there. The questions on YouTube often go a little bit on the crazy side, so I'm trying to step back from them a little bit. We want to thank our patrons on Patreon and anybody that's bought our gear. Everything helps on the project, and we'll see you in the next episode.